Hello, welcome to News Centre. I'm Parikshit Luthra. After being trapped for more than 400 hours, all 41 workers have been rescued from underground tunnel in Uttarkashi. The workers were successfully pulled out from the tunnel in less than an hour and were welcomed by garlands by Uttarakhand Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami. The workers currently have been airlifted to AIIMS Hospital in Rishikesh for a health checkup after being kept under observation at a hospital. The Chief Minister has announced an aid of 1 lakh rupees each for the workers. Prime Minister Modi spoke to the rescued workers and congratulated them for their battle. Let's listen in to the workers recounting their experience first.
खाना पीना हम लोग का जो है सो गिरने के बाद हम लोग को 10, 15, 20 घंटे थोड़ा परेशानी हुई। उसके बाद जो पाइप था हम लोग का पानी का पाइप, उससे हमारा खाना की व्यवस्था की गई, उसी से हम लोग को खाना मिलता था। उसके बाद थोड़ा 10 दिन होने के बाद फिर बाहर से पाइप का जो व्यवस्था की गई, उससे हम लोग खाना, काजू किशमिश, बादाम, रोटी, चावल, दाल जो भी मिला सही सलामत सब चीज़ की हम लोग को प्राइवेट की गई।
उतना खास दिक्कत तो नहीं हुई, लेकिन वही है कि ज़रा दिक्कत हुई 24 घंटे के लिए। और क्या बताऊँ मैं स्वस्थ हूँ, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। मेरा फ़ोटो पास में ही है, मैं बिल्कुल सही हूँ। आप लोग से दुआ है, आपकी मेहनत है, केंद्र सरकार, राज्य सरकार की, जिससे मैं निकल पाया आज आप लोग के सामने हूँ। नहीं तो अंदर क्या होती है तो मैं ही जानता था, और वहाँ जो कैविटी होती थी उससे हमारे 2 दिन जरा प्रॉब्लम तो हुई, बाकी बात कोई दिक्कत नहीं है सर, मैं बिल्कुल ठीक हूँ।
All right, let's now go across to Chris Cooper, an expert who aided the Uttarkashi rescue operations and leads tunnels for the RVNL project at L&T. Thank you for joining us, Chris Cooper. Let me begin by asking you, what was the first sight like when you saw the first of the trapped workers coming out yesterday?
We were working for about 16 days, and we were getting more confident towards day 17. We were talking to the people in the tunnel, obviously, as the day went on. There were some challenges towards the end as we pushed the pipe through at the last minute. The final conclusion, there were a lot of agencies coming in. So we had the drillers working, we had the rat hole miners doing the hand mining coming into at the last minute. There was a lot of energy when the rescue force deployed and the ambulances started coming in. So it was, just say the energy was very, very high, and spirits were very high.
Right, the spirits were very high towards the end. Let me also ask you about the resilience of the 41 workers who were trapped inside that tunnel. What would you have to say about that? Because I'm sure there have been many such rescue operations around the world. But if you were to specifically speak about the resilience, the mental strength, the morale of these workers who were trapped inside, do you think this was different from what we may have seen ever before?
So you can compare this rescue operation probably to the one that was done in the last few years in Chile. Anyone that gets trapped underground is in a very precarious situation. And obviously there's no certainty that people will get rescued. I'm sure there's a lot of different options and scenarios that will go through their mind. They'll probably get very religious. But I think they were very good. Right from day 2, they started to get communication with the outside world. I think it was day 4. We had a communication system with them, and there was a lot of interaction, always interaction with them, suggesting that they do exercise, trying to do yoga, occupying their minds. Later on in the rescue, we managed to get communications to the families. And we also managed to get an internet access as well. So I would say, given the circumstances, obviously people are very challenged, but the rescue operation that went forward, they were very mindful of the mental and physical health of the workers. And I think we did everything we could to maintain their morale and their confidence that we were going to rescue them.
Absolutely. And we could see that when those workers came out and spoke to the media. I'd also like to ask you about the role of the workers themselves. We were reading reports that they were cooperating very well in a very disciplined fashion with the teams outside, assisting them in any way they could from inside in aiding the rescue operation. Is that correct? And how did that happen?
Yes, they were very, very proactive in wanting to assist with the recommendation when in the rescue. When the rescue first started, it was a little bit slow starting, and obviously it was a couple of days before we were in connection with them. The workers were very able on the other side. They were very innovative. They had equipment that they wanted to use. They had surveyors on the other side, so we could map what was going on. Our worry was that in the state of the fall that had happened, there would be over enthusiasm, and they would make the situation worse. So we asked them to effectively mapped the other side of the fall, so we knew how far we had to go through. And then we asked them to go into a safe position away from the fall area and have patience and confidence in the rescue force. So they wanted to help.
Right.
We basically cautioned them on the side of safety. We were very confident we were going to get them out, and we didn't want them to make the situation any worse.
Right. It is being widely said that it was finally the rat hole miners who saved the day. Would you agree to that?
I think throughout the lifeline of the rescue operation, everyone played an important part. The national emergency was called from the PMO, the Prime Minister's office. That obviously helped raise the urgency and increase the resources we had. There was when the PMO came, there were a lot of options that we went through doing the risk analysis. There were 5 options. It was decided that we would identify all the options to go forward at the same time, not to keep our options open. The trenchless engineering services, they were fantastic. They were 100% committed. We airlifted their equipment in. The Army, the Air Force were 100% committed. And then there were the experts. There was at the end of the day, there were the rat-hole miners, and then the people that went through finally and saved them, the SDRF. So I think the rat-hole miners were fantastic. It's not easy to crawl into an 800-millimeter pipe, not knowing what you're going to find at the other end. But I wouldn't say it's one particular part of the team. The whole team rescued them, and everyone did a very good job.
Right. If I were to ask you about the learnings from this operation, in hindsight, do you believe that maybe some method could have been deployed earlier, something could have been done differently? And if this strategy or the example of this crisis had to be replicated in some sort of SOP for the future, what should we do?
So you can say nothing is guaranteed when you're mining. Mining is not, or tunneling is not a safe occupation. When we're mining, we try to reduce or eliminate any risk, but any risk that remains to reduce to the lowest possible level. So that risk is always there. So we can't reduce it. I wouldn't like to point any fingers at the moment about why this happened. As I said, tunneling is very inherently dangerous and high risk. There are unforeseen ground conditions. No one knows what the ground is going to do. And we have to design and run the operation in as safe a manner as we can. As regards how we operated, how we rescued the people, this was the first major rescue in India. It's probably the second major rescue globally. Obviously, there's lessons learned. There are a lot of independent agencies that are coming together at different senior levels. There's the political element, state element, then you've got your technical element, and the support services. So the organisation is very complicated. I think going forward, it would be prudent to write an SOP, I think, for future rescues, taking out the successes that we found worked in the coordination of the rescue services, and learning and improving on some of the things that may have been done better. So yes, I think we have to. We can't discount any further issues like this, not only in India but globally, and I think we can prepare and from the lessons that we've had.
Right, definitely. Thank you very much for pointing out the importance of this rescue operation, for writing down SOPs for the future, not just for rescue operations in India, but globally as well. Chris Cooper, thanks once again. Chris Cooper was a part of the rescue team in Uttarkashi, which really brought out those 41 workers who were trapped in that tunnel. We're going into a short break, but on the other side, United Nations 28th meeting of the Conference of Parties, or COP28, kickstarts tomorrow in Dubai. What can we expect from the summit? A special discussion when we return with Chaugata Saha of S&P Global Insights and Amit Prothi of Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure.